If you've ever felt stuck while pursuing a goal you really want, even when you're following good advice, you're not alone. A lot of people stay stuck because they're solving the wrong problem. That's why, in this video, I'll share 3 tactics to help you uncover what's actually holding you back, so you can start making real progress again. I've coached over 50 people through big life changes, like one who went from living with his parents to building a business that let him travel the world full time. And I've seen firsthand how powerful it is when you finally shift your focus to the real issue. In this video, I'll share 3 tactics to get unstuck now so you can finally move closer to your goal. Let's dive in. The first, and by far the most important tactic, is to find the true constraint. In fact, this idea is so central, I built my Goal Smash school community around finding and solving constraints. You see, most people are stuck because they're solving the wrong problem. To avoid this, you need to understand that goal achievement requires 3 things. 1, the right goal. 2, a good strategy. And 3, consistent execution. Nail those and you'll start flying toward your goal. But when you're stuck, your constraint always lives in one of those 3 areas. Here's a personal example. When I was 35 pounds overweight, I found good weight loss advice, followed it, and successfully dropped over 20 pounds. But then I struggled to lose those last 10 pounds because I couldn't deal with the hunger cravings at night. I thought that the problem was my execution. So I tried harder and harder to push through with willpower. I was white knuckling it and kept failing. But years later, when I finally took a step back, I realized something. My execution wasn't broken, my strategy was. I needed a strategy to help me feel full before bed. So I started drinking a 0-calorie Fresca every night before bed, and it worked. Cravings gone, problem solved. And here's the thing, finding the solution wasn't that hard, but I only found it once I stopped blaming the wrong problem. But once you find your constraint, you still need to solve it, and that's what makes this next tactic so important. All right, the second tactic is to stop making assumptions. Too often, we assume we know what will work and what won't. But if you're stuck, that assumption is probably wrong. I assumed I couldn't shave my neck hair without a mirror, so I didn't try for years. I assumed I'd love filling my calendar with Zoom calls, but it turned out to be soul-sucking. So yeah, I was wrong both times. And guess what? If you're stuck, you're probably making assumptions that are keeping you from getting closer to the right answer. Unless you've tried a solution thoroughly and seen the results, keep an open mind. And here's the funny part. If you could magically see the best solution right now, I bet you'd be blown away. You'd probably have a hard time believing it would work. So here's the key. Don't let your assumptions keep you from finding it. Because once you overcome this trap, it sets you up perfectly for the third and final tactic, which is to test solutions ASAP. If you want to know if something works, try it. Of course, use common sense. I'm not saying you should bet your life savings in Vegas and call it testing. But most solutions are pretty low risk. They might cost you some time, energy, and a little bit of money. But if the potential upside is high and the downside is low, try it. Because here's the truth. Even failed experiments move you closer. They either reveal the next step or they teach you something valuable about what doesn't work. All right, let's recap the 3 tactics real quick so you can get unstuck and start making progress toward that goal you want more than anything else. You want to find the true constraint, stop making assumptions, and test solutions ASAP. The truth is, getting unstuck doesn't have to be complicated, but it does require solving the right problem. I've seen this problem over and over again. And those who finally got unstuck didn't just try harder than those who didn't. They figured out what was holding them back. That's why Goal Smash is so focused on constraints. Because once you fix the right thing, everything else starts falling into place. So don't waste months or years solving the wrong problem. Because even the best advice fails when it doesn't solve your constraint. But sometimes it's hard to know exactly what your constraint is. That's why I created this next video explaining my Goal Smash process and the 9 Goal Smash keys. It's a simple framework to help you pinpoint and validate your constraint so you can finally move forward with ease. So if you're tired of spinning your wheels, go to this video right here to finally find and solve that one pesky roadblock for good.